Welcome to dinner and a movie starring Asante. I'm hungry. And my boys, Wame, and who are you, boy?
Shut up.
Yeah, that was so bad.
You thought this was the better intro?
I think this was better way.
Yo, tell them the backstory of this, bro.
Yo, check the movie out.
He didn't like his original intro, and this is the shit that he came up with.
So what's up, guys? We were doing things a little differently today. You know, I was real hungry, and I really want to talk about a movie today. You know, and I realized welcome to the movies. It's just not doing it for me. It's not giving you guys what exactly is going on here.
It's not gimmicky enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know, I want to let you guys salivate, but also think. Yo, tell them what we eating, bro.
We're eating pizza.
Pizza, going tummy, me so hungry.
That's what we could do in such short.
And we're broke, so.
Pizza. Great.
All right, let's get to it.
We went to see Us, which is probably coming off of last year, one of the most hyped movies of 2019. Yeah, it starred Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, two of the younger actors whose names I wish I knew right now. No disrespect to them. I give you guys all the props. You guys did a great job in the movie. Yeah, so that's Us. Should we give them like a trailer, like a clip about what it's about?
Yeah.
Throw that up.
Oh yeah.
Where's Jason?
Jason?
Where were you?
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? What are you people?
It's us.
They look exactly like us. They think like us. They know where we are. We need to move and keep moving. They won't stop until they kill us.
I think there was a lot of things going into this movie. You know, obviously, this is there in the movies, but what we do, what we talk about. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking.
Yeah. Stuff your face, then when we swap off when we start talking. So the thing is, this movie was coming off a lot of hype. I mean, we saw Get Out. It was dystopian. It was awesome. It was not what we expected. And we knew that coming into Us, we were going to get another Jordan Peele weird movie, not what you expected. It wasn't what I expected, but it wasn't great. So that's our lead-in. We have the good, the bad, and then how they could have fixed it. And that's what we're going to discuss today.
Please stay till the end because we got a lot of what they could have fixed.
Oh yeah, you know what time it is. It's spoilers. We're going in. We're going deep. But there's not a spoiler-free review where there's not a discussion.
Man,
we're going in. So
listen.
skedaddle. Everyone needs to skedaddle if they did not see the movie. Be out.
Yeah, you ate up the extra seconds we needed. But we need to first give you guys our score for the movie. I want you guys to know where we think this movie falls, and then we explain exactly why. So I think a lot of us think
we have to cover the goods.
But if we
want to give the score first.
Oh,
we want to give the
in
score.
case they want to bounce after this video, because we only got like a 2-minute attention.
Audience
retention time.
All right.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna give this movie a 5.
I'm around the same thing, like 5.5. I'm hovering 5.56.
And we got Mr. freaking rebellious
6. Yeah,
clown over here. We got a 6.
6. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna bring it down to a 5. So listen, here's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna go and hit the goods. What does this movie do right? Okay.
The thriller.
The thriller aspect.
I really like the doppelgangers. Once that came in.
But Jordan said this is a horror movie, so let's try to stick to what made it more like a thriller?
But
I guess that's
like.
more like a
But
diss.
that's what I like, though.
You like kind of throwing it in his face that you didn't make it.
No, it's not disrespectful. It's what I like.
You're
It's
disrespectful.
not disrespectful if I'm saying that's
We'll
what I
talk
like
after
about
this.
his movie.
We'll talk after.
I like about his movie. No, you stupid, bro. Anyways, the thriller part, like once the doppelgangers came, I loved that part. Especially, I liked Lupita and Nyong'o's voice when they did it. When Red started talking.
Maybe I'll blow off talking language.
Okay.
Blee, blee, blah, 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 blee, blee, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I like the suspense. And
Yeah, they took a while to build up to when they showed up. I think
Yeah.
it was like a good 30 minutes before.
I thought the pacing was
Yeah.
good too in the movie. I thought it was good. Oh, you thought it was alright?
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, like you said, the build up. To
Yeah,
that point.
and I liked what they made them do, which we'll get into later, which we disagree with. But I still like what they made them do. Is like you run the Abraham took Gabe, and then the Jason and the other one, I forget what was his name, the
Pluto. Wasn't it Pluto?
Pluto, yeah, you're right. They went to go play in the closet, and then Thing was handcuffed. That was cool. I liked what they did, and then I liked how Jordan made it scary to meet your doppelganger, because that is scary. That doesn't. I don't know how you would react. Like,
Yeah,
literally
to
seeing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, but that's what I like the most about the movie.
I think there's two standout scenes. I'm going to try to summarize them best as I can. I think as a kid, just stumbling around and walking through on the boardwalk and then onto the beach into some weird mirror place is extremely creepy. And I think as a kid to be able to show that and evoke that kind of fear, like what the hell are you? Because the place wasn't even running. There weren't people going in. You snuck in there. It was goosebumpy vibes to me, and I really loved that scene. It really evoked fear for me.
Oh, you're talking about the funhouse. Like
Yeah, the funhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were on the boardwalk and came down to the funhouse. So that was really an eerie and scary scene. Also, I think the other scene was when Winston Duke's character, he comes out and he's like, "Yo, you want to get crazy? Let's get crazy." And the guys didn't budge. They just stood there and looked at him. I'm like, all right, well, we need to lock the doors and call the police, who never came, which was weird. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, I thought my favorite thing about the movie was it was ambitious. It wasn't your typical standard horror movie that comes out every year.
Yeah.
La Lorena, The Curse of La Lorena. Like, it's like those movies come out so often, you know from beginning to end how that's gonna go. And I know there's some people like, oh yeah, I knew the twist beforehand and I knew this was gonna happen. I'm like, I'm really calling bullshit on that because I feel like if you knew that, all the other points in the movie doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
In reference to you predicting the twist. But I thought the movie was ambitious, and I think that it tried to explore some things that you don't typically see in horror films. And for that, I always give respect to the creator for that.
He said he's working on another project too, and I like what he's doing. All these horror movies are different. This and Us was completely different than one another. I think he needs to keep
You
that.
mean This and Get Out.
This and what did I say?
This and Us.
This and Us. My fault.
Yeah.
But this and Get Out,
Yeah.
they were completely different from one another.
Yeah, and I think
he
that's
needs
part of the
yeah.
problem too. I think a lot of people expected this to be another Get Out. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why you would think that that naturally it was a sequel because it was created by the same person. You know, got completely different characters. But they're two very different movies, and it deserves the respect of being treated as its own.
Yeah, I really like it. He needs to keep doing these different type of like themes in his movies where it just you don't really see that the bad guy is yourself. And like Get Out, it was just like white people. It was white people.
Other cultures. Get Out was just the symbolism was more in your face and more easy to swallow.
Yeah,
compared to this one.
All right, cool. So now we're going to get right into the bad then. Because although we were ambitious and although we did have horror scenes, I feel like a lot of for me, the horror scenes had stopped once the killing began.
Your food's going to get cold.
Yeah. I'm going to let y'all handle it.
Yeah, I agree with you. The horror did kind of die off once they went to the other house. Once they stopped fighting their Mies, that's when the horror kind of stopped, and it kind of became like a survival zombie type survival movie, which shouldn't have happened with this type of film.
Right. Because that's like almost. It's not changing genre, but it's just changing the
tone of it. It's not like once we found out there was more doppelgangers, it kind of made the threat less personal.
Yeah.
Once it happened, because a zombie movie, when it's that we gotta leave, we gotta find our way out. It's not really scary. Like look at Walking Dead. It's not really scary when it's like a global problem, but when it's like a personal problem. When it's small, that's when it's like kind of scary because then it's just up to you.
Right.
It's just like they could get help potentially. We don't know because other people are dealing with the same issue, so they're not alone.
Yeah,
that's just how I felt.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly because it became a thing. It was like, oh shit. So there's more than I initially thought that when they went to the friend's house that the doppelgangers could like change form, and I thought they had taken the form of the White family, but came to find out it was like, oh no, it was these doppelgangers were killing their others, like the others, and it became this thing where it was like, okay, zombie apocalypse film, their situation isn't that unique.
Yeah.
The storyline as it goes, it will explain why it's unique, but it's jarring, even to the point where how the movie ends. They're the one happy family that rides off in an ambulance
to nowhere, and all the other who's the tethered? The untethered, right? That's what you would call. Who's the tethered and who's the untethered? So the tethered would have to be the shadow beings because
the shadow people are all across America holding hands, and it's just like this open-ended way of ending things, and it's like. Wait, I didn't expect the movie to end this way. We'll go into why it does, but it seems like two very different movies by the end of when you walk out.
Another problem, I say we deal with the plot twist last.
Okay.
Because I think we all have different reasons why we didn't like the plot twist.
Okay.
And that's like the biggest thing. That's like our peak. That's like the biggest moment for you guys.
Yeah.
Especially for the people who think it's
a great movie.
A masterpiece with the twist. I think we'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is all discussion. But another thing I had a problem with was Winston Duke's character. I was very disappointed because we've seen his other stuff, like Person of Interest.
Yeah.
Really good in that. Didn't he have character development in Person of Interest?
Yeah.
Like somewhat of character development. In this movie, I was completely thrown off with this guy. I thought they were gonna.
He's straight pussy.
It didn't. I feel like they wrote him without common sense.
Yeah.
I get it. I love how Lupita Nyong'o, like her role was, we're just like protecting her family.
Right.
But they totally forgot about what a dad's supposed to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The dad didn't act like a dad at all. Like
he was like everybody's best friend.
It was just like I was surprised. Like he never, at one point, was just like he never like went in front of the family and was gonna go like, yo, like this is my family. Y'all better back away or something.
Well, he did that at the beginning.
But like in the beginning, it was more like a comedy. I'm talking about like a serious. No, they never had that.
I'm gonna point out a scene to you. Remember when Lupita's character Adelaide, that's her name. She's going back in the house to get the keys. They focus specifically on the scene. Winston Duke, the dad's character, is holding the kids in front of him. And he does it, it's like, I'm just watching this, I'm like, really, bruh? You gonna let your wife go back into the house? And it's just, there's just constant scenes over and over again where I'm watching this movie and I'm like, this dude does not act like how any dad or protector is supposed to act.
Protector's supposed to act.
He's a buffoon.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but... Oh, so stupid. Oh, such a dummy.
He's just hiding the majority of the movie.
I was like, what is going on with... I was really thrown off with his character.
Yeah.
I was like,
why did they...
I guess, I know, well, I'm not even going to try to explain that. We need to just kind of continue with what other bad things we were seeing. So we had mentioned that the twist. Do we want to go into that?
We could talk about we could talk about the improper explanation of what was going on.
Oh, so
you shouldn't. I'm not even saying rules. I'm talking about why is it that we're watching a movie where, I don't care, I know a lot of people are like this, where a lot of people have to go on the internet to read explanations about a movie that they just watched.
So we going into the plot twist, basically.
No, we're not even going into the plot
right.
twist. I'm talking about when you're watching the movie, a lot of people are coming out of this saying, I was confused. And I understand that you're building mystery, you have a mythology, because they said Jordan Peele knows the backstory, but he left it out intentionally because he wanted it to be left to interpretation. But when a lot of people are walking out of the theater and they're like, I don't know what I just watched, I'm not sure, you leave room for interpretation by certain people that may want this movie to mean something that isn't Jordan Peele's intention. So it's like you have a bunch of people, all these people on YouTube, on Yahoo, or wherever, posting these articles about what they think this movie means. But you as the audience member, when you're watching a movie, there's certain things that you should be able to take away from it and say, you know what, I can judge this movie on its merits and the story that it was trying to tell.
Welcome to what used to be individuality, seized and disintegrated by cowardly groupthink. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the machine.
But if you walk out of it feeling like, I don't know what I just watched, how can you accurately judge a movie that you just spent $12 on? And I don't think that's fair to the audience. And part of that is because it was a personal choice, having Lupita's character tell them what the plot was. Because a lot of people are confused, with the whole, wasn't a government cloning program.
But it was Adelaide. Oh my God.
I'm in Psych 101 and even I don't know what's happening.
Man.
You see what I mean? So it's like there's a government cloning program. The aspects of this is not clear. It brings more questions than answers in a movie that you already had a whole bunch of questions about.
So I am confusion. Why is this one Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas? America, explain! Explain! What do you mean in Arkansas?
Yeah, the plot twist, the problem with that plot twist is it left questions. That was the problem with the plot twist.
Yeah,
it opened a lot of doors once they revealed that when you started looking back at the entire movie, what you just watched.
Right.
It was just like,
I think it was better off without a twist, honestly. Without that twist.
Honestly, I think I think it would have done better because it's just like everything that just went on in the movie didn't like help the twist. Like that whole government program thing, that opened a lot of questions, a lot of doors with the movie.
So this government program has been going on for X amount of years. Back in 1986, mind you, the parents are there. That's why I thought it wasn't even a government program. I literally thought it was some mystical thing where it's like your shadow gets stuck there, and then like because of that, it's like there's this separation.
Because it would have made sense because it's a horror film. It didn't need explanation.
It's like everybody is cloned, even to the kids. Like even the son is probably no older than 10, and there's nobody keeping track of this program. It leads to more questions. It's like, wait, but you're getting away with it because you put this piece at the beginning that says, look, guys, we have these tunnels and these mines. Nobody knows what they're used for. So that perfectly explains why you have a population that is supposed to help control the above population.
I don't know how.
How?
They never explained.
So it ties into the whole thing. And it's like, okay, Red waits 30-something years for Adelaide to show up, which there is no indication that she ever should. But mind you, if you start looking back at the movie, that beach house that they're at, they've been there before. It's not the first time they've ever been at that beach house. You go to the beach house, you see they have pictures there. They have trinkets that they're keeping in a box at that place. So I don't know. Was that supposed to represent it was her house back in the day or something?
Maybe, but I guess they never went to the beach. But still,
all
they
these
went
things,
to the house.
Yeah, so all these things just happen to happen now. This whole master plan, it's like it couldn't happen before. So there's no real indication for why all this stuff is happening now, which ties into, well, what happened? Why this government program? It's too many questions in a movie that you already had questions about.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's why those are really bad things about it.
Why was Red's family so like lenient on killing them opposed to all the other clones that?
Because
they were just cleaning up shop. They literally were just cleaning up shop. That's it. But when it came to the original family, I guess it was because
she had a soul.
Like, oh yeah,
that could possibly be.
But the others didn't.
The others didn't have a soul, so they just went rabid. They went rabid.
But they didn't. But they took their sweet time. I mean, Pluto's he's over here testing the other one with the fire.
I'm saying that because their offspring, they're both hybrids. Both of the tethered and untethered families of Adelaide. They're basically hybrids. One had sex with a human.
But Gabe wasn't. He took his sweet time. He took my man on the boat.
Yeah, I don't know why he was joyriding. Like they were just chilling.
These fellas making me look stupid over this movie. See, that's why I'm talking about.
Just like Gabe was
five.
He pulled out the scissors, put it, and then clocked it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
why? And then he's taking him on a boat ride. Yeah. Has him in a garbage bag, like he's ready to dump the body. I'm like,
and then come think about it. How do you know how to drive a boat?
He grew up in a land without sun.
They've never.
Well, how did the other one know how to dance? Like I said, it's all confusing. It's like, now you expect
there was no rules.
Now you expect us to believe, because now you're saying there's no rules to it, but now you want us to believe that a clone knows and feels exactly what the other one is feeling.
They love to say, hey man, there's no rules in this shit, but there are fucking rules in this shit.
Like, we're not nitpicking here. It's just, no, there should have been rules set up.
Yeah.
For this whole tethered and untethered thing.
Yeah.
And that's what didn't help the plot twist.
It makes it like, it cheapens what critics say when they come and say that this movie's a masterpiece. Yeah. It's like, how could it be a masterpiece with such glaring plot holes in it? How could it be such a masterpiece when people are walking out of the theater confused and have to run to the internet to find answers? Because like I said, it's not Jordan Peele telling us exactly what we watch. We're listening to people and we're not even sure if they're correct.
Let's just stop talking about fixing the movie. Let's save this Johns right now.
Actually, I don't want to be offensive and say save.
Yeah. What would you do? What would you do different?
What would we fix? Because this isn't a situation like the movie Glass. Glass was an abomination. That movie needed to be saved.
Yeah.
Somebody need to.
This movie just needs a little things. I would just say, like we said, get rid of that plot twist. I don't think it needed the plot twist.
Because that confused everyone. I think it would have been fine with you doing that. I think setting up rules. That's a general term.
Yeah.
But setting up the rules of where these guys come from. Don't leave it up to mystery of where these guys come from. Don't say it's the government if you don't show them. You don't show the police. You don't show the government in this movie at all. So why even call upon them?
Yeah.
I think you just set up the rules and simply say these guys are like, they're created. That's it. When any person, like you could even say that they went through a trauma. Some of them appear, not all of them. Don't make the mission of this movie of the villain based off of a 6-year-old seeing a commercial with no purpose. Hands Across America means absolutely nothing because it did absolutely nothing. Like it literally means binding hands as a symbol.
That's what I have a problem with. It's like you see these internet theories and they're like, yes, they would bring awareness to the poor, and they were just drawing all of these weird conclusions that the movie doesn't subtly lay out. There's no crumbs.
Because the thing that makes no sense is like, how would they know they were poor? They didn't know how to speak.
Exactly.
They wouldn't know what poor was because all of them lived in the same social status because they lived underground.
Yeah. So it's like
eating rabbits.
So it's like
no one's getting better rabbits. No one's getting worse rabbits.
They didn't know what they were missing out on. What else would you guys fix? I definitely go into that Winston Duke thing.
Yeah, Gabe. He needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like that was disrespectful.
Yeah.
I thought that was completely disrespectful how they wrote his character.
The only two characters that really got character development in this movie was the mother, Adelaide, and Jason the son. And the reason why Jason gets any sort of character development is because he realizes the plot.
That's it.
But the movie focuses solely on developing Adelaide's character while disposing the other characters. The daughter Zora,
she was going through something that I did not know.
That we didn't know and got no real clarity on. Even to the point where it's like they throw in the trap thing and they have her other chaser. We never get anything from it.
It's like, why?
Besides cool moments where she gets to kill the
that was really cool.
But it's just like, why didn't she like the other girls?
I don't know. I think it's just because of bitches.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But I would work on the character development for those other characters so that you feel like the movie's a little bit more complete. And especially when it's like, how do you even bother explaining what just happened? These characters are left in the dark with no form of resolution besides being like, okay, here we had this perfect world. Now we're in a zombie apocalypse, but we're never really going to talk about that or go into that.
And get rid of that type of tone. I thought it needed to be just their doppelgangers. I thought it should have preferred.
That's what he set it up as.
Yeah, I thought, because even with the trailer, I thought it was still. Remember when Peggy was crawling? I thought it was still them.
Yeah,
I thought it was them. I didn't know it was her doppelgangers, but
I think it would have been cool. Honestly, I threw out this idea when we were doing our initial talk after the movie. I kind of think we should definitely, when this is like raw, almost like when we come from the movie, if we can record this, would be good. But we were just discussing how, you know, what a great idea would have been, how Get Out was so worldly. It felt like it was, like could happen to anyone here. I think it would have been cool if we kind of addressed, there's like that conspiracy thing going on that some actors, people in Hollywood are...
Whoa, you giving away our movie idea.
you
gotta keep that on the rounds in case that happens. You don't want this somebody like, yo, that's a good idea. You know, I'm looking at you like,
I spoke too much. Sorry, I should just eat my food now.
But yeah, it was definitely the movie. I don't think it was bad. All of it, I think the plot twist was bad.
Yeah. I think
I really enjoyed the movie when the doppelgangers first came. I really enjoyed the movie.
10 out of 10.
Like I'll always like remember that part of the movie, and that's what really carried it. Yeah, but it really carried it for me. I thought, and Lupita, how she was just
let me just say this right before anything else. Before we end this, that soundtrack was fire.
Yeah,
bro.
that eeriness, bro.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Fire.
Of the music, especially in the beginning.
The beginning, I was like,
I play that now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but pacing. Pacing is something else that I want. I would say that we should fix. I think the pacing was hurt by the fact that this movie wasn't really a horror, like we were explaining. It was like, it was more of a thriller. There weren't really any scary scenes, and because of that, the movie tends to get, I wouldn't say boring, you're just waiting for the next thing to happen. So it just wasn't scary. It wasn't a scary movie, but before we continue to ramble your heads off...
yeah, I mean, definitely
I finished my meal, so I'm out. I'm ready to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm with you on that. Enough talking. If you guys want to go see the movie again, go see the movie, give it some money.
Definitely go see the movie.
Yeah,
I say
go see the movie again.
Support the black man's movie.
N-words? Okay, maybe I went too far. Maybe I don't want to offend my African-American friends. But the larger point is...
Yeah, support the movie, yo. There's been garbage, straight garbage, that gets a pass.
Yeah.
And this movie's nowhere near that. So go support the movie.
Despite our 5 rating, I only take it back because of the thing, but I definitely think it's an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
Maybe my 5 rating isn't justified. I'm just personally slighted by it. I think that should...
You're bummed if you don't see this movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Period.
So come meet us at our next meal with dinner in the movies. Thank you guys, and we'll check you later.
Don't touch it.
All right.